Word up, world. Just let it build. Enjoy the peace. Enjoy the tranquility. Look how dope the water is flowing, man. It's all a vibe. What's up, folks? So, if you've been following me and saw my post earlier, everybody has questions. So many questions. So I see a bunch of people requesting to be in my videos. Instead of reading comments and stuff, so I'll talk to y'all in real time. But this isn't a post about how can you get your music played or whatever. Well, okay, no, technically it can be. I want to pour into people because that's what I feel like this experience that I'm going through right now has showed me that, hey, like, listen, we have to pour into people and help them, fulfill whatever it is that they need in this life existence in which we're dealing with right now. So let's build on it. How do I feel today? Sweet T.I. Jones, I feel great. So, full transparency, I'm on an ayahuasca retreat, which is dope. And a lot of people don't know what ayahuasca is, nor do they know how to spell it. Stuff. Ask me switch it around so the sun could be better. There we go. Boom. Damn, look how my skin's glowing. My shit popping. Ayahuasca retreat is like, some people think of it as a psychedelic or hallucinogenic. Nah, it's medicine. It's truly medicine. And, a lot of us are dealing with things that we don't know how to let go. And, we're holding on to people and things that have transitioned on, and we don't even, man, like, we worried about this existence and this plane that we on right now, man. It's not even the whole game, baby. It's the warm-up. This thing we're going through right now, it is the warm-up. And you're right, G Holla. Energy is neither created or destroyed. It's eternal. So, like, think of everything as like a line. Life and death and even things that proceed after death, it's all part of the line. So if you existed at any point in time, you will always exist. It's part of a larger story. And we being earth beings and people who are worried about the physical and all that other stuff, we just think this is it. Nah, this ain't it. I've never done Reiki, very interested in it. But after the things I've experienced yesterday, I know what it feels like to die. I died multiple times last night. Multiple times. And it's not what you think. Like, death is like a prize. Some of us are running a race, some of us are running a 100-yard sprint, some of us are running a mile marathon. And at the end of the day, when you reach the finish line, the prize that you get is death, and it feels amazing. Can't even describe it, yo. And for people who have anything different to say, you haven't experienced what I experienced. My story is my story, and it will be. You know what I mean? So that's that on that. Just note if you lost anybody, or you're worried about them and the pain that they went through. Nah, what they felt in death, far more euphoric than anything you've ever experienced on this physical plane that we're living on right now. Way more rewarding than the best orgasm you've ever had. Way more rewarding than the highest you've ever gotten. Like, that is different. Okay, you have to be clear when you go do that. Going back to this thing. Let's see, like, fault smoking, drinking, something like that. No. Here's the thing. No, like, so when I say I died, I didn't OD or anything. See, like, when you do ayahuasca or even like some types of DMT, what that releases in the brain is the chemical that's released when you die. And most people only experience this on the way out. It's like when you go to a hotel, when you check out and they give you your receipt, like most And it is, it's not the easiest thing. It was weird because when I first took my first sip of ayahuasca, I was like, this is it? Nah, I'm going home tomorrow. And then I took my second cup, and I'm like, didn't live up to the hype. It's kind of like when you watch a movie, or you watch a trailer for a movie, then you go see the movie, and the movie wasn't as good as you thought it was going to be. And then when I was alone, sitting in the dark, it all happened. All of it happened. My experience is my experience, and I'll unpack this later on in a podcast episode. But really amazing things. Really, really amazing things. Yes, G Holla. Pineal gland activation. See, my brother know what time it is. Once you go up in that third eye, you realize that even the way we communicate, the way I'm talking to you right now, this shit is primitive. It's so primitive. There's a way to communicate where you don't even use words. It's frequency. Everything's a frequency. And like think of it like radio. If you change the station, you hear something different. Turn it to the left, you hear something different. Turn it to the right, you hear something else different. Same thing with us and our living experience, because we are so caught up in, like just what we understand, because this is all we've learned. Like we only hear this one frequency, but when you really fold into yourself and melt into yourself and let the universe talk to you, you get to hear all the different frequencies. I heard people speaking in gibberish, and they were saying actual words, but because I was on a different frequency, I couldn't hear this anymore. I was higher up. I leveled up, and I was talking to the gods, baby. Well, to God. And God ain't a man and God ain't a woman. I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. You gotta live through it. So, if you're able and capable of doing it the right way, I definitely recommend that everybody, try to go on some sort of spiritual retreat, because, you're missing out on a lot of things. A lot of things. Because we're all distracted. I say this all the time. Even before this, I always said that we're so distracted. And I hate outdoors. Let's start with that. I hate outdoors, but that was the old me. Old me's dead. New me is laying on the ground right now. I'm not scared of getting bit by a spider or an ant or nothing. Because, Earth's our turf. We supposed to embrace Mother Nature. We supposed to be contacted to the ground. I am on the ground. I'm on the ground right now. I'm a city mouse. I don't do that. And new me, I do this. You know what I mean? Old head crack is dead. But the funny thing is, old head crack and new head crack, they're not that different, but I have information. How did I die? I died spiritually. And when you die spiritually. Your spirit leaves your body. So that is how I died. Outside is where I get the downloads. Absolutely, yeah. Grounding. I am literally on the ground. Can't be more grounded than I am right now. I'm on the ground. Embracing Mother Earth. I'm not usually that guy. Never been that guy. I like concrete, asphalt. That's just kind of who I am. Have I been cloned? Nope. I've just been sent back. And maybe that's the thing. A lot of people who we think have been cloned, maybe they've ascended and reached the level that I've reached. And we just can't process it. So people will say I'm cloned. I'll take it. Whatever. I'm reborn. Laura with the gift, she gets it. It's all in the name. Will you teach my children this? Yeah, I've always kind of, talked to my kids about, that can grasp the concept about astral projection. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that, I ain't normal. I ain't from here. Physical, everything that I've been able to do is through the grace of God. But I'm wired a little differently. And so are you. Everyone's wired differently. You just have to find your frequency. I think that's ultimately what I'm saying. Find your frequency. Everybody has God power within. Because it's like, when God made each and every one of us, he kind of scrapes off little pieces of him and pops it in you. And some of us get it, some of us don't. Some of us use our gifts, some of us don't use our gifts. And I've been using my gifts the whole time. Like I never do it it's never about me. Even with this radio show I got, The Morning Hustle's my show. It's mine. But it's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about the people. It's how we can all build each other up. You know what I mean? It's about building. So never be so narcissistic to think it's about you. It's about what you can do for others. I like to call it the pour effect. We have to pour into each other. A lot of us always want to take from the cup or take from the jug, but we don't refill it. So, when you pour into other people, eventually it'll be your turn to be poured into. And when you get poured into, you are, you get refilled, you get your energy, you get it up, you know what I mean? So that's that on that, you know what I mean? So, and then when you speak the truth, the devil shows up. I see some of y'all in the comments. It is what it is. You live a miserable existence. And I'm glowing. The sun is hitting this side of the face, but the sun is that way. Because I'm glowing from within. The pour effect, baby. Anywho's. Let's talk about mirrors, shall we? So, in my post, I was talking about how mirrors they're portals. Mirrors aren't what we think they are. Like, we look at the mirror, we see ourselves in the mirror, but when you tune into these other frequencies, which I was able to, do yesterday, or actually it was today. It's been a long 24 hours. Yeah, I saw things in the mirror that I didn't quite understand. It was me, but it wasn't me. It was, it was like almost like people trying to take control of me in my enlightened state, and I think it's something in I don't have all my facts together on this one, but the elements of truth are there, and you got to do the research on your own. But and I feel like it's an after dark thing. I think it's like a in darkness thing. But like when the sun goes down, if you're free, and maybe it happens in the daytime too. If you stare into a mirror long enough, the thing that's staring in the mirror may or may not be you. There's other things on this other side of the mirror. And I know this sounds insane. If you haven't experienced what I've experienced, you won't get it. But there are books about this. There are websites dedicated to this. Some of y'all already know. I watched myself be who I know who I am. I watched myself, morph into who I was as a child. I watched myself morph into myself as an old person. I watched myself die in the mirror. I watched myself decay in the mirror. I watched my face turn into a smaller version of my face in the mirror. And once again, what I took was not a drug. It was not a hallucinogenic. It was medicine. Oh, you can't hear me? Siobhan can't hear me? Everybody else can't hear me? You might have to turn your volume up, sweetheart. Or watch the playback. And it sucks because I'm saying that and you can't hear me, so I'm going to post this in a little bit. But, yeah, be careful of mirrors and how much time you spend looking at the mirror. You are who you are. Don't be vain. And don't give these things on the other side of the, don't give those things on the other side of the mirror the opportunity to take control of who you truly are. Because there's some people there's some spirits that are trapped on the other side of that mirror that want in. They want in. They want what you have. And, I tell people all the time, like, yo, crack, your lips was ashy. Well, guess what? I don't look in the mirror. Like, I don't spend that much time in front of a mirror. I look and keep it pushing. I'm not, I'm not vain like that. So, what I'm telling you, you won't probably see it unless you're tapped in on this higher frequency. But yo, like, you'll move and your mirror reflection will stand still if you're tapped into that frequency. So that's that on that. And yeah, people say there's definitely a thing to it. Don't sleep with mirrors in your bedroom. It's a bad idea, because while you're asleep, they watching you, trying to get in. And when you think you're alone, you're never alone. There's so many things that are like around us in real time that we can't see because we're not tapped into that frequency. Our eyes are whack. You know who has the best eyes? Babies. Babies, because they're not so, because they're, when babies are born, their eyes and their senses haven't been ravaged by all the stuff that's in the air, the radio waves, the signals, the frequencies that, that gets pumped into the universe. So they see things that we can't see. So they're a lot more in tune. Sometimes you'll hear babies talk to people that are not there, but they are there to them. Okay, so April, I'm not making it clear what I believe. I believe in God. Am I a Christian? No. Am I a Muslim? No. Am I Jewish? No. I believe in God. I believe in the universe. Because for me to subscribe to one thing, that's me saying everybody else is wrong. And everybody's not wrong. The things that you subscribe to are what you need to tap into at that time. But that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else is wrong. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean everybody else is, not right. Everybody's not going to hell just because, they believe what they believe in. You know what I mean? You're working with what works for you. It's like ingredients. Certain ingredients are used to make a cake, and maybe you were meant to make a cake and the next person was made to make cornbread. Still gonna eat it though, right? Still gonna taste good, still gonna feel the same way going down. And I think religion is the same way. Just know there's a God, and that God lives within you. He gave you that. So I'm gonna relax the convo, leave it there. I got a podcast coming. It's called After Hours. There'll be an audio component of what I've been doing visually. And some of the things you've been seeing visually will pop up in that audio component. But I'm going to go into that in way deeper depth. And this will be, in like me talking about this experience right here will be the first episode. So be on the lookout for that. So shout out to everybody who tapped in. Shout out to everybody who hit me up, who got my personal line, who was concerned. I am well. I am well. I have died, and I'm good. Beyond good. I'm great. Glowing. New album. Can we get? My album's out right now. Scrap Dirty. What up, Detroit? It's called Action Park. It's available wherever you're streaming your music at. Spotify, iTunes. And the crazy thing is, like, and the dope thing is, like, I'm glad I got Action Park out, because, like, my next music is going to be different than Action Park. Because, like, Action Park was me celebrating the old me. That was me, in my rebellious, rambunctious, teenage, early adulthood years. And, next project, I got some different shit to say. Definitely. So, why ain't I on the Ricky Smiley Show? Because I got my own show, bro. God bless me. I leveled up. He's rocking out on the Tom Joyner format. I'm still young, wild at heart. Want to do this, talk to the hip-hop culture. So, this type of energy I want to pump into this to this. So, I see some of y'all in the chat want to talk. I don't know. Depends what y'all trying to talk about, though. For real. I don't know. Some of them tags look a little sus. I don't want to let no demons in here. But anyway, yeah, so, anyway, at the end of the day, always dig deeper. Know there's more than what you know. And learning is you're never done learning until you're dead. And even when you're dead, you continue to learn. Trust me, I know this because I've seen it. But anyway, I love your digital faces. And, thank you for caring. Yo, yeah, Brian Boy F, tap in. I don't know what city you in, bro, but you can listen on the Morning Hustle app and check me out there. So that's that on that. And be on the lookout for the Head Crack After Hours podcast. If you ain't subscribed to me on YouTube, what are you doing? I be throwing up mad interviews. We need to get them numbers up. And pull up. YouTube.com/headcrack. If you want to listen to Action Park, which is a phenomenal project, if I would say so myself. I'm speaking on Action Park from the perspective of the person who knew the person that made that project. I'm somebody different now. Check it out. Just to keep it ratchet and street level, how does Portia's booty look in person? What do you think? All right. Love your little digital faces. I'm going for real. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.